Welcome to episode 3. We're off to the Edible Garden Show, nearly there now. We're going to take you along. See you in a minute. But they've been around, they're heritage. So you can try these.
Try them in store. So you know, like kids normally get them box of 20. They'll try to take a size of that. So you can try them hard, like a regular, or you try them thick in the oven, put them in a jam jar, put olive oil and garlic. They're brilliant to throw in pasties or pizzas or...
We picked up, as you saw, or Oscar picked up at the Edible Garden Show, some grafted tomato plants from Rob. We met Rob at CD Sunday and he had a good old natter to Oscar about these, which you'll see on the film, and also Oscar showed them to Viv from the Horticultural Channel. These are currant tomatoes, red and yellow. They literally are the size of red currants, and apparently these have been grafted so we can grow them outside on a south-facing wall, and they produce vast numbers of these tiny tomatoes, which we hope will be great for drying in the oven and putting in herb oil, to another way of preserving and using tomatoes in cooking during the winter. So here we go, let's see what they're like. Open them up, try not to cut the tomatoes. Okay, right. Now apparently these ones are red, so what I'll do is write on my tray red, red, just so I know, and I'll write the rest of the labels out. And they're really, really sweet. Look, they're in a little tiny fabric pocket, so I assume I don't disturb the roots. So this is number 2 John Innes potted on compost. And tomatoes, it doesn't matter if you plant them deeper than how they've come, because in fact they'll produce extra roots, which will mean they're a stronger and more sturdy plant. Hey, who's seen the silly mistake? I've written red. Look at this, it's in the wrong bit. So yeah, all looks got 2 for 1 by the looks of it there. So we'll give these a good try. So what are we relying on there? What to use this year? Okay, for the top. So what are they? So the tomato. And the tomato is going to be the size of the carrot. So you're going to have tomatoes like you say. So how many tomatoes that big are you going to need to make? So is this a new plant? So in and do you know how you're going to keep these? What did you say the grass wants to do, Oscar? Oh, they're outdoors. So presumably you're going to plant them like a regular tomato. So then make sure nice and small. Well, I'm going to try my chickpeas before you, and everyone keeps saying to me, oh, it's not worth it, you get a really rubbish crop, but the more someone says to me it's not worth it, the more I want to do it. It's rubbish. These are the very the magazine, these are supposed to be the size of red currants, and you can either completely dry them and make them look like currants,
Okay.
or you can partially dry them in the oven, put them in oil or garlic oil, and just throw them into cooking pasta.
I've got to say, I'll be intrigued to see how they grow, because I can't imagine. See, I bottle my tomatoes, and I'm imagining with tomatoes that size, thinning them in order to bottle them. But maybe they're. Is this it?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Glasses on the nose. Well, I would imagine that size, the skins aren't going to be too tough.
No.
So you could probably just pulverise them off. But also, what about, will you say some seeds? Yeah, try and say some seeds and keep going next to
That's what I've got grafted one.
Oh, it's a grass.
For grafting.
Ah. So, well, I always think it's better taking a season and see what happens then. Nothing to do.
Yes, because you said they're only grafted so they can grow outside. So yes.
Ah, so next year, with an ungrafted, you can maybe try it in the greenhouse.
Inside, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I shall be interested to see how they grow, to see how they pick and taste. Fantastic.
Right, we'll water these in. It'd be interesting to see how they grow. And Rob's, is it pronounced Dobies or Dobbies? I always think it's Dobbies, but I think I heard Rob call it Dobies. Creating a range of heritage seeds. So that may be one to look out for if you're interested in heritage varieties. And here, do you remember the bulbs we saved from finding in the workshop? Here's just one example. We've just hardened them off for a few days and they're going to be put down on the patio, so well worth stepping in, because in this bleakness it's lovely. Pledges to grow chives, and we pledged to grow a bee border in the garden. Oscar was given these seeds. He pledged to plant something for the bees. Now this was a campaign by the Organic Society, and he got these, given these at the Edible Garden Show, didn't you? And well, that's my water dribbling. And we pledged as well to grow border to the bees, which we do every year in homage to the bees, plants with their sexy bits showing that the bees absolutely love. Doubles are no good for bees. So we would urge you all, along with the Give It a Grow campaign by Garden Organics, I suggest, I can't get their pots apart, that I suggest you try and plant one plant this year that the bees absolutely love. Okay, so honeybees, bumblebees, it's such an important thing we can do as for gardeners, is to make the diversity of food sources for bees as large as possible. So why don't you have a pledge? There is a website for this company, you probably see it better this side, and it's www.giveitagrow.org.uk. So have a go. Right, Oscar, you've been given 2 lots of chive seeds, so let's see your potting prowess. Okay, do you think you should dampen the soil first and then just sprinkle over the top? Okay, there's one. No, sprinkle over the top, darling, when you're sowing the seeds. Off you go. Okay, that's it. nice and thinly because they're quite thin, small seeds. There we go, and there's the other for you. And what must you remember to do?
Water them every day.
But what else? So we know what they are.
Label them.
Okay, so we'll label them up and see how they go, yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
I needed that. I need some help. I did an absolutely rookie thing at the Edible Garden Show. I got excited by this guy at the end of the day that was selling 7 root perennials or bulb perennials for 20 quid. Really excited. Got the things I want, but the trouble is I can't remember everything I bought and I can't remember which is what. So I might have to ask my mum, but I might not get to see her this week because of work. So wonder if you could help in the comments below because I've got no idea. Firstly, I know I bought a peony and I think that's this one. I know this is Gypsophilia. I know here I've got 2 alliums and a flowering fern. My problem lays here. I think I got other things. And I can't remember what. I may have got and I can't even remember the name of it. Phlox, yeah, Phlox. This one I can't remember at all, but I remember it's the first one I picked up and I immediately fell in love with it. So I've been a bit of a prat really. So if you could help me, and as it's middle March, we're still having some cold nights. Obviously they're perennials, they're relatively hardy. Can I put them in the garden now? How do I deal with them? So I would like your opinion on that because I've got no idea really. I just got really excited with the salesman. So if you could help me, that would be great. And we're going to show you a little bit of Pippa Greenwood's talk at the Edible Garden Show, and she was talking about the gardener's #1 enemy, and I bet you can guess it. Yeah, it's the slug.
What I'm going to talk about is the reality. And the reality includes a lot of pleasure, a lot of lovely crops, but it also means a constant, sometimes gentle battle with pests and diseases. And as any of you who followed my career over the years will know, that I've definitely got a serious determination to encourage people to grow veg. I've got more than a passing fascination with little things that creep and crawl and make things fester. Well, let's start at the beginning. I have to now make sure that you're truly awake. I'm going to hold a vegetable up, and I don't want you to identify it because I know you can identify it already. I want you to just tell me the absolute first thing that comes into your head when I show you this vegetable, okay? Wonderful. I didn't hear many answers, but I did hear 2 slugs, one from each side. And it's a sad thing, isn't it, that the slug has got to be #1 enemy, really, to most veg growers, and in fact most gardeners. And if you look at the RHS polls of misery as to which have caused most grief and most inquiries, the slugs and the vine weevils, admittedly, often are very high up there.
Well, it's time we light the paraffin heater because there's no clouds in the sky, and although it's glorious in the day, we know the heat's going to plummet tonight, or the temperature even's going to plummet. Do forgive the state of me. We got home from the Edible Garden Show. It was a nice sunny day, so I decided to tackle a brambly bit of the garden. So I look like, literally, I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. I'm going to do some tidying up, and look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.
This on. Don't normally do this sort of thing. Oh, hello. Welcome to Ginger Gardening, episode 3 with
go into the edible show live this time. Tell you what, there's going to be a lot of people there, I reckon. Mind you, most of the things I see, I got 4 legs, not 2. Anyway, we'll have a bit of a mooch around, see what we can find.